I felt the need to express how I feel about the wilderness season. A lot of Christians, a lot of people of God, the Father, Jesus Christ, they don't express what it feels like to have close relationship with him. I'm not talking about lukewarm people. I'm talking about people who have picked up their cross and laid their life down. I feel like a lot of the times it's glamorized. I feel like a lot of the times people are just not honest or forthcoming about how it feels. And a lot of the times they talk about, well, it's not about how you feel, it's about doing the right thing. I feel like God is a God of love, he is a God of grace, he is a God of mercy, he is a God of everything. Everything that is good, and he cares about you. So not only does he care about you, if he cares about you, why wouldn't he care about your feelings? So for the longest I was under this impression that God don't care about how I feel. He cares about me doing the right thing. He cares about what's in my heart, which is true. All of that is true, but add to that he does care about how we feel. And I'm very confident that he cares about how we feel when we are in the wilderness season, because he knows it is not easy. When you're in the wilderness season, honey, it is lonely, it is cold, it is bleak. It's a lot of tears. You lose some. I've lost so much, y'all. I have another YouTube channel that's geared towards my business. I'm a business credit coach. I was a Turo host. God called me to to surrender my cars. So for people who don't know what Turo is, it's a car sharing app. So I was renting out my business vehicles for people to rent, and I was getting booked, baby. I was booked and busy. My business, I wouldn't say was the most profitable, but my vehicles covered their expenses and they performed well. But God called me to give all of that up, and it was heartbreaking. I'm not even gonna hold you on it. It was heartbreaking. But I believe that he told me to start this YouTube channel, just as a platform so you guys could hear my testimony, so it can help you. So sometimes God will call you to give up some stuff that you don't want to give up. He will call you to leave some things that you don't want to leave, and it will hurt. Let's just leave that right there. And I don't feel like a lot of people that are on these apps, these YouTube prophets, these people, that are following God, that's good, but I just don't feel like that they're being forthcoming with that, and I always told God, like, look, I want to have a relationship with you, but I want it to be real. All right. So that leads me to 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 26 through 27. This is Paul talking about his many trials. It sounds like Paul was in the wilderness, from my interpretation. So starting with verse 26, this is the NIV version. It says, I have traveled many weary miles. I have faced danger from flooded rivers and from robbers. I have faced danger from my own people, the Jews as well as from the Gentiles. I have faced dangers in the cities, in the deserts, and in the stormy seas. I have faced danger from men who claim to be Christians, but who are not. I have lived, this is the part that got me, I have lived with weariness and pain and sleepless nights. Often I have been hungry and thirsty and have gone without food. Often I have shivered with cold, without enough clothing to keep me warm. Now, of course, that is extreme, may sound a little dramatic for some people, but for the people who have been through the wilderness or who are currently in the wilderness, you get where I'm coming from. You get where Paul is coming from when he said that he has lived with weariness and pain and sleepless nights. Sometimes you cannot go to sleep. Sometimes you don't want to wake up. When you're in the wilderness, this is just the reality of it all. But God is always with you to endure it, and it has purpose in it. And I believe that, and I hold on to that every day that I go to sleep and every day that I wake up. This is only a season, and I can endure this for a little while because what God has planned for me, the promises that He has placed over my life, I believe them in my heart, and not the devil in hell can take that away from me. And so I just encourage the people who have just entered the wilderness season, who are in the middle, or who want to get out, that hold on to His promises. Take it one day at a time. Take it one situation at a time. You know, take it one feeling at a time. Make sure you take out the time for yourself, because God wants you to put Him first, but He also wants you to take care of you. So take out the time to acknowledge how you are feeling. I just started doing it like literally a couple weeks ago. And I've been on this journey since the end of December 2021 with God. Okay? And I just start acknowledging how I feel, instead of, well, God told me to do it, so I'm going to do it. If God told me to do it, then it's just going to be pain and I just got to suffer and I get through it. It'll be all right. God will bring me out of this. That's blind positivity. God, all of that stuff is true, but He wants you to put your feelings first and how you feel first for your mental health, for your emotional health. I've been listening to this lady, Dr. Anita Phillips. She has opened my mind on a new perspective on how we are to have a intimate relationship with God. If you are really talking intimacy between you and Him, why wouldn't you tell Him how you feel? Why wouldn't you tell Him? I told God that, I said, God, you hurt my feelings. You didn't hurt my feelings. I'm hurting. What you told me to do, it has brought me more pain and more pain and more pain. But I'm not going to stop doing it because I love Him that much. Even through the pain, honey, the devil in hell can't take that from me, and he can't take that from you. So I hope that this encouraged someone. I hope that it spoke to someone. And I hope that it inspired someone to look after their mental health and look after their emotional health. I just started going to therapy. It's been about a month. I've been doing BetterHelp. So if you got to hop on BetterHelp, you know what? I'm going to leave a description. I'm going to leave a link in the description box where you can get, I want to say it's 2 weeks off or 10 days or something like that. There's a discount if you use my code. I'm not doing this for money or anything like that, but who don't want to save money these days, all right? Especially when it comes down to taking care of yourself. So I hope everything is everything with everybody, and go help somebody. Peace.